Hello everybody. Equations of lines is the topic of the day, and we are going to deal with equations in slope-intercept form. That is y equals mx plus b, where m stands for the slope of the line that is graphed, and b stands for the y-intercept, or in other words, the place it touches the y-axis. Now in this specific problem, we could do a rise, 1, 2, 3, and a run, 1, 2, and the slope would be 3/2. We could also count. Here's 1, 2, 3, this is 4 on the y-axis. That is the b value, that is 4. Now if you have this information, you have your equation ready to be done. You put y for all the y coordinates of the points that follow on that line. For the value of m, you put 3 over 2, x for all the x coordinates of those points, plus the y-intercept, b, which you want the value of 4 to be put in there. Now I do want to just look at this with you real quick. I'm saying the equation of this line is y equals 3/2 x plus 4. What I'm saying is every ordered pair that follows on this line, no matter where, would satisfy this equation. So just to check real quick, I'm looking at the point 0, 4. That is the y-intercept. Remember, y equals 3/2 x plus 4 is the equation I'm claiming is for this line. The y value is 4, the x value is 0, and then I have this plus 4 over here. Now all I'm doing right here, 3/2 times 0 is 0 plus 4. Does 4 equal 0 plus 4? Yes, it does. I'm just checking, do these ordered pairs actually fit in this equation? I'm claiming that every ordered pair that follows on this, or that falls on this line, is a solution to this equation. Let's just take another point. I'm looking at this point right here that I started with when I did the slope, and that is -2, 1. And my y value is 1. I'm using this equation again. My slope is still 3 over 2. That doesn't change. My x value is -2. And then my y-intercept, that isn't moving anywhere, is 4. Now, my question is, does y equal, or I'm sorry, does 1 equal 3 over 2 times -2? Or 3 times -2 is -6. -6 divided by 2 is -3. -3 plus 4, I do think is 1, and I think it's checking out there too. If you're curious, try it for this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's -4. And down 2. -2. Try it for -4, -2. Put the -4 there, -2 there, and just do the calculations like I did there and see if that works. But the point being, if you know the slope, we did a rise over run, and you know the y-intercept, where it's the point on the y-axis that the line touches, you write this equation, y equals mx plus b. All right, my second example I want to look at is writing an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that has if we know the slope and a point. Write an equation in slope-intercept form, that's y equals mx plus b, of the line that has a slope of 3/2, that's my m value, and passes through 4, -1. Well, that's a specific x and a specific y. So, y equals mx plus b is my starting place. If you'll notice, I have a value for y that works in the equation of -1 when it has a slope of 3/2. That's what goes in place of m. I have a value of x that's 4. These two have to go together in the equation, and I have plus b. So the only thing I don't know right here is the value of b. So I'm going to put -1, and I'm just going to solve this algebra equation. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. I'm just solving the equation. Subtract 6 from both sides. I got -7 equals b. My claim is that this equation is y equals m, which is 3/2, x plus b. b is -7, so I'm going to write that. I just wanted to check this real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go down off the grid here a little bit. -1. My slope is 3/2, so I go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, 2. That's over there. Let's go down a little bit. Let's go down 1, 2, 3, and left 1, 2. Right there. Let's do that one more time. Down 1, 2, 3. I'm off the grid on this side too. Over 2. Right there. Let me extend my y-axis down here a little bit. And I am looking at this line as the graph that passes through 4, -1 and has a slope of 3/2. And if I look at the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -7 is right there. That's right where I had the line touching. So I'm pretty happy with that equation representing this situation. Sometimes what you are given will be the coordinates of 2 points that are on the line. And in that case, we'll go back to what we just finished working on. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is the slope. And let's plug in values. Let's take the 2 minus 6 for my y coordinates over the 3 minus -1. 2 minus 6 is -4. 3 plus 1 is 4. The slope is -1. -4 divided by 4 is -1. So I know the slope now. I pretty much have all the information I had in the previous problem now that I know the slope. The thing I have to do now is choose an ordered pair to use. I'm going to choose the 3, 2. And I'm going to use 3 for the x and 2 for the y into y equals mx plus b. M is still -1. I said I'm going to use 3 for the x. I don't know b yet. I'm going to use 2 for the y. And I have 2 equals -3 plus b. And I just keep solving. I'm going to add 3 to both sides. 5 is equal to b. That is my y-intercept. Now I have all the information I need to write this equation. Y equals -1x plus 5. M is -1. We had to work for it this time. B is 5. The y-intercept, we solved for that. Now, let's look at where -1, 6 is. -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's right there. And look where 3, 2 is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And looks like I just follow that. Now, down 1, right 1, -1. I like that slope, -1. And the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gives me the y-intercept. I am pleased with that equation. And then there's a fourth situation I wanted to show you for your notes today. It's a point and a related equation. So we know a point on the line, we know an equation that's somehow related to the equation we're trying to find. Write the equation of the line that contains 1, 7. So there's my point, and it's perpendicular to the line y equals -1/2 x plus 1. Now we got to pull out some clues here. I am looking at, do you remember y equals mx plus b? It's what we've done for the last 10 minutes. M is the coefficient of x. When y is by itself, m is the value of the slope. So m is -1/2 of this line. Now another key word in this is the word perpendicular. The line that I want is perpendicular to this line. Well, if you'll recall from our last lesson that slopes that are perpendicular are opposite reciprocals of each other. Or if I multiply the two slopes together, I will get -1. So the slope of the line that I'm looking for is 2. The slope of the line that was perpendicular to it was -1/2. That gives me the clue, since they're perpendicular, to tell the slope is 2. Now, y equals mx plus b. I'm writing it over. I have an x here, I have a y here, and I have an m here. So y is 7. M is 2. X is 1. B is B, because we need to find that out. 7 equals 2. 2 times 1 is 2, plus B. Subtract 2 from both sides. 5 equals B. All right, I got the information we need to say that y equals 2x plus 5. Thank you very much, and enjoy your weekend. Have these notes to me on Monday.